Welcome back to our week on Author's Purpose. Again, I am Mrs. Duncan, the reading specialist at Barack Obama Elementary School, and we are discussing Author's Purpose. So I want you to go back and think about what we discussed in our first lesson as I get ready to share my screen with you. So Author's Purpose. What is Author's Purpose? Why is it important? So again, our learning target, I can explain an author's purpose for writing a text. So when we are done discussing author's purpose, you will know how to find an author's purpose for writing. So I put together a word cloud. I asked you to think about what we discussed. I did this word cloud at abcia.com. And you just type in words and it puts them together. So we have purpose, facts, explain, write, nonfiction, text, the reason, convince, amuse, inform, learn, describe, opinions, persuade, author, and entertain. So those are all words we discussed yesterday that go along with author's purpose. And another way I chose to do it is an acrostic poem where you take the letter of each of your words and come up with a word or phrase to go with it. So what is author's purpose? I have author, amuse, fact, teach, opinion, write, reason. So there's author's purpose, persuade, fun, learn, explain, convince, describe, and read. So this is something you can try to do. See if you can come up with an acrostic and plug in words to explain author's purpose. So why do we learn author's purpose? Because knowing why an author wrote a text can help us understand the text better. And that's what we want. When we read, we want to understand or comprehend what we are reading. And it helps us know what the author wants us to get from the text. Does he want us to learn something? Does he want us to do something? Does he just want us to have fun reading? So again, we said our three specific categories are persuade, inform, and entertain. So we are going to practice with several texts. Remember, in our first lesson, we focused on inform. Today, we're going to focus on the purpose of persuade. So we are going to look at three different writings. The first one, is it ever okay to quit? The second one, Loads of Fun. And the third one is a book, I Wanna Iguana by Karen Kaufman Orloff. We are going to start here with, is it ever okay to quit? So they're asking for an opinion. Remember, an opinion is what someone thinks or feels. You cannot prove that it's true for everyone. So here we have, this is from Scholastic Magazine, and they interviewed this little girl, Caitlin Ross, and she says, yes, it's okay to quit. She says, let's face it, some activities aren't for everyone. I say it's okay to quit activities if they don't satisfy you or if they take too much time. You need time for schoolwork, reading, and relaxing. Let's say you're on a soccer team, but you have a passion for dancing. A passion is a love for something. The schedule can get complicated. Sometimes you must choose between activities so you have enough energy for the one you love most. I'm going to highlight here. I say, right here, I say it's okay to quit. So she's giving her opinion right there. She says, I say it's okay to quit activities. That's her opinion because that's what she says. She says you need time for schoolwork, reading, and relaxing. You must choose between activities. So those are all her opinions. She is supporting her opinion that yes, it's okay to quit. She's trying to persuade you that it is okay to quit activities once in a while. Now, on the other side, we have Amanda Sutherland who says, no, she's going to try and convince you that it is not okay to quit. I always promise myself to stick with new things, even if it's difficult. It helps me learn how to overcome challenges. You never know what you're missing out on if you quit. Last summer, my mom enrolled me in a camp. I had a hard time getting to know the other kids. After a few days, I didn't want to go back, but I wound up making new friends and having a great time. So she says here, you never know what you're missing out on if you quit. So that is her opinion, that if you quit, you might miss something. So there's her support for saying, no, it's not okay to quit. She says, it helps me overcome challenges. So it's teaching you something if you stick with it. So these two ladies were writing to persuade. Caitlin was persuading you that yes, it's okay to quit sometimes. Amanda was trying to persuade you that no, it is not okay to quit sometimes. So two different opinions. Remember, this is what Caitlin thinks and feels, and this is what Amanda thinks and feels, full of opinions. Let's look at another practice passage. This one is from Scholastic. And this one is a letter. So this is a fictional text, but in here, we are going to look at what this fictional character, why this character was writing. So she says, Dear Mom and Dad, I am having a great time at camp, but I do miss you both. Yesterday, I went canoeing with my friends, Taryn and Carrie. Boy, did we have a blast. Because it was so hot, we used our paddles to splash each other. We got a little carried away and our canoe capsized. Unfortunately, our counselor was not amused. The three of us had to mop the mess hall after dinner. Actually, I have become an expert mopper. So in that paragraph, we're thinking, what was her purpose for writing? What was Annie's purpose for writing this letter? And she's just giving information about what she did at camp. So I would say this is written to inform. So she was telling her parents what she is doing at camp. She's describing an experience she had at camp. Let's keep going. Second paragraph. Would it be possible for me to stay at camp another 2 weeks? Just think, you would have another 14 days of peace and quiet. This has been such an incredible learning experience. I am certain my schoolwork next year will benefit from the additional camp time. I've already checked with the camp director. She said you just needed to call to verify that I can stay. Guess what? Taryn, Carrie, and I can even continue bunking in the same cabin. Now, it seems like Annie's purpose for writing has changed. In the first paragraph, she was giving information about camp. The second paragraph, what is she trying to do? She's trying to persuade her parents to let her stay at camp. She asks if it would be possible, and then she gives reasons why they should let her stay. They can have 14 days of peace and quiet. She says she's learning a lot. It's going to help with her schoolwork next year. And she gets to keep bunking with her same friends. So she gave reasons why her parents should let her stay at camp. So she's trying to persuade them. She's telling them all the good things that would happen if they let her stay at camp. That's it for now. I hear Taryn calling me. The three of us need to meet to plan a prank on another cabin. We have pulled some pretty hysterical pranks. Call the camp director as soon as you can. Love, Annie. So she was writing both to inform a little bit and to persuade in here, both of those. Now, I am going to share a part of a story with you. This is I Wanna Iguana by Karen Kaufman Orloff. This is one of my favorite books. This is from Scholastic. So you can find this in your library. You might be able to find someone reading it online, but I'm going to read part of this book and you'll have to find it to finish the rest. But this is I Wanna Iguana by Karen Kaufman Orloff, illustrated by David Kittrow. So this is written in letter form. There he is. And he's writing, Dear Mom, I I know you don't think I should have Mikey Gilligan's baby iguana when he moves, but here's why I should. If I don't take it, he goes to Stinky and Stinky's dog, Lurch, will eat it. You don't want that to happen, do you? Signed, your sensitive son, Alex. So what is Alex's purpose in writing to Mom? Think about that. Why did he write this letter? Alex wrote this letter persuading Mom to let him take the iguana. And his reason was, if he doesn't take it, it goes to a different friend, and that friend's dog will eat the iguana. And he says, you don't want that to happen, do you? So he's persuading Mom to let him take the iguana so it doesn't get eaten by the neighbors or another friend's dog. And Mom writes back, Dear Alex, I'm glad you're so compassionate. Compassionate is having feelings or concern for others. So I'm glad you're so compassionate, but I doubt that Stinky's mother will let Lurch get into the iguana's cage. Nice try though. Love, Mom. So did Alex persuade Mom yet? Mom was not persuaded to take the iguana. So then he writes back, Dear Mom, did you know that iguanas are really quiet and they're cute too? I think they are much cuter than hamsters. Love, your adorable son, Alex. So he's still trying to persuade Mom. Now he gave her another reason. They're quiet and they are cute. So that's why Mom should take them. And here's his opinion. I think they are much cuter than hamsters. So he thinks a lot of people get hamsters for pets, but iguanas are cuter. And Mom writes back, Dear Alex, tarantulas are quiet too, but I wouldn't want one as a pet. By the way, that iguana of Mikey's is uglier than Godzilla. Just thought I'd mention it. Love, Mom. So did he convince Mom yet? No. So they keep writing letters back and forth with Alex, trying to convince Mom to let him get the iguana. So this book, Karen Kaufman Orloff wrote a book just for fun. She wrote this book to entertain, but within it, the character Alex is writing to persuade. So in the book, Alex is the author of these letters, and he is writing to persuade. So let me share my screen with you again. And let's go back to our presentation. So we read 3 different passages, 3 different things, showing us how we persuade. So let's review. We were looking at writings today where the author's purpose was to persuade. They were trying to convince someone to do something or think a certain way. And the first one, is it okay to quit? The one young lady was writing to convince you that it is okay to quit. She wanted you to think, she didn't want you to quit, but she wanted you to think that it is okay to quit. The other young lady was writing to get you to think that it is not okay to quit. Both of them used opinions. Then we read the scholastic passage with the girl writing from camp, and she was writing to convince her parents to let her stay at camp. She wanted her parents to do something. And in our final book, I Want an Iguana, Alex was writing to convince Mom to let him get the iguana. So she was trying to convince, or he was trying to convince her to let him do something. And in all of those, they used opinions, their feelings and thoughts on the topic. So now it is your turn. Keep looking as you read. Keep looking around your house and find a text that fits persuasion, fits information, or fits entertainment. And then you can also choose one of the activities on the choice board to complete. So I hope you have fun this week thinking about author's purpose, completing those activities, and looking for other texts that fit each of those categories: persuade, inform, and entertain. And we'll see you again soon. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.